Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode here on European Confessions. The following story that you're going to be listening to, it was sent to me by one of our dear sister. The message reads like this. Hello, Brother Nashi. How are you? Can you please post my own story as hidden identity? I have come here on your platform and I am asking for your listeners to help me out because my parents back home, they do not even know that this is what I am doing here in South Africa. So when I came here to South Africa, because I loved money so much, I then started dating this other man who was a Nigerian man. So this guy, I met him because I was already prostituting myself. So this guy, he would come and he would sleep with me. And after this man had trusted me, he told me that he trusted me a lot. So what he would do is that this guy, he would leave me with this other paper bag that would be full of drugs. And since we were working in the street like at night, then he would give me that plastic bag and he would tell me that there were some customers of his that were going to come and collect these drugs. So that is what I will start to do. The customers will come, then I would go and take out the drugs and give it to them. And at the same time, there was this other policeman that I was dating. This man, he used to patrol the streets where I was working as a prostitute. So there was a day when they were supposed to take us to the police station. Then this police officer, he looked at me and he said that this woman, she is really beautiful. We then spoke and he said that he wanted to make love to me, and we ended up making love in that police van and he let me go. That is how I started dating that policeman. So whenever there was like an operation, when they wanted to arrest some prostitutes, then he would text me and he would say, please baby, can you get off from the street at least for a couple of hours, then you can go back to hustling. So that is what I started doing, and me and him, we were dating because I was giving him the thing for free and he was protecting me as well as that Nigerian dude. A lot of people, they were scared of him, so he was also protecting me. So no customer would even dare to harm me. Even those guys that patrol the streets, those Nyaupe boys that rob people, they were also scared to rob me. So most of the ladies that I was working with, they always wanted to be besides me because they knew that I was protected by these two guys. It then happened that this Nigerian guy, he then got arrested. After he had gotten arrested, when he came back, he told me that he had turned his life around. He no longer wanted to do these drugs, and like most of his brothers, they are now selling cars, and he said that he does not want to do it anymore, and he is now running a clean business. Besides, he said that he is scared of this other program which is always showing drug dealers, so he did not want to get exposed. So after that, this man told me that he had thought of another plan, and he told me that he was now connected to very powerful people. So these powerful people, they regularly want to be with prostitutes, but they just don't want to be seen picking prostitutes in the streets. So he said, I want you to be a classy prostitute. So he then got me an apartment, and then he started giving me some clients. Then there was this other day when he told me that there is a place where I was supposed to go to, this other hotel, as to that hotel, and I never expected that there was a minister there that was waiting for me. And when I was taken there, I was searched and they wanted to see if I was clean, and after that they took the handbag. So when I went into that room, I did not have anything. They had stripped me of my brother and I walked in there. When I went into that hotel room, I then saw that on the bed there was this bed who was just sitting on the bed and he was busy on his phone and drinking some whiskey. But this man, the moment that I looked at him, I saw that this man, he was like very familiar. His face was so familiar. He then turned around and then came to me that this guy, he was a South African minister. He then smiled at me and he told me that he had waited all of his life to be with a woman like me, because this guy, he had already sent my pictures to him. I then started dancing for him and I did all the things that he wanted me to do for him. And after that, we then made love. And the amount that he gave to my guy, I really do not know how much money he gave to my guy, but I know that my guy, he always take care of me, and I am using that money also that he is given by these high profile people to take care of my parents back home, and my parents, they do not even know that this is what I am going through. But I also want to turn my life around. He is living a clean life, but as for me, I am not living a clean life. The things that I come across most of the times, I can see that my life is always at risk, because most of these rich guys, they end up doing things to me that if it was not by the grace of God, maybe I could have died a very long time ago. There was this other time when he called me and he told me to dress neat and to go out and to meet with this other rich blesser. So when I went out, since he had told me that there was this other rich blesser that will be waiting for me, I thought that maybe he was another black rich South African man who had gotten bored with his wife and dating his several girlfriends who just wanted to taste another woman. So I went there, but to my surprise, when I went there, it was a white man. So this was like my first time to be with a rich blesser who is white, because most of the clients, they were black men who are South African. So when I went to that white man, this man, I saw that he had bought a costume for me. He said that he wanted me to do what he said is called role playing. So I then took that costume, but after I had worn this costume, it made me to look like I was a woman who had died, because it was just a white dress, and he just did some makeup on me. And after he had finished doing that makeup on me, I was looking like I was really a dead woman. I then asked him why he had made me to look this way. He then told me that when he is with a normal woman, he does not have any feeling at all. He said that the reason as to why he had made me to be dressed up like a dead woman, it was because this is his fantasy. He always fantasized about sleeping with a black dead woman, and now was his chance. He then told me that I was supposed to lie down on the floor because he wanted to pretend as if he was about to murder me. So I had to please this man, otherwise I was not going to get paid. I then laid myself on the floor. Then this man, he went somewhere, and when he came back, I saw that he was holding a golf stick, and he started shouting at me as if we were having an argument. I was really scared, and I felt my body shaking, because this man, he got angrier and angrier. And this man, he then started hitting me with that golf stick. And when I told him that he was hitting me, he said that the more that I complained, the more that he was getting a hard on, and he removed his trousers. And I saw that this man, the more that he was hitting me, the more that he was getting turned on. His manhood was really stiff and erect. And by the time that he finished beating me, there was blood everywhere. I had suffered a broken rib, and I was having problems breathing. And when I told him that I could not breathe anymore, he then went on his knees. He then violently opened my legs. Then he started making love to me. The more the pain that he made me to feel, the more that he enjoyed doing those things to me. And after that, he apologized, and he called my Nigerian boyfriend, and they came and they picked me up. And I was not taken to the hospital because they did not want I was not taken to the hospital, but I was taken to this other private clinic where one of his friends is working, and that is where I got the treatment. And throughout the time when I had my rib broken, there was this doctor who would come, and the doctor is a friend of his, and I was never taken like to the public hospital until I was okay. So after this incident, it then opened my eyes, and I saw that indeed this man that he is finding for me, this men, even though they are rich, but these men, most of them, they are like devil worshippers themselves because of the things that they do to me. They do not value my body, but it is like they just want to use me. And like that white guy did to me, it was really painful. He was hitting me with that golf stick until he saw that there was blood that was just coming out of everywhere, and I had bruises all over my body. So here I am, Brother Nashi. I am asking for your followers to pray for me, because I do not like the things that I am doing. I am just doing these things so that I can survive, so that I can keep on taking care of my parents back home. Dear listeners, right there was a message that was sent to me by our dear sister right there. Strange things do happen in this world. Yo,